Give me a check on camera 1 there. Okay.
Without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running,
Can you pause that? Can you mute that, please?
No.
Check your 4. No. Okay. All right. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. All right, that's a sound check.
Dave's volume could go up a little bit in this.
I apologize. I don't know that I can actually raise it. Dave, give me a sound check, please. DW.
Check, check, check.
You can hear him okay?
Check.
Okay. You can hear him okay? Boys and girls out there can hear him okay? Boy, we're already like 1 minute late here. Don't worry. We don't get a write-up unless we're
Good
early.
morning and welcome to Pulp Valley.
There we go. There we go. Man, this is a crazy scenario. Last week we had our marathon scenario. This week could be the shortest scenario ever. Dave Meisner is going to try to pitch a shutout here.
Yeah, my time to redeem myself for the last 3 losses.
Yes, yes. He's going to get his victory today, come hail or high water. So this is the heist scenario out of the Vice Alley book. This one is limited to the syndicate players can pick the heist. Once they reach a certain level, I think they can start picking the heist. And that's what this is. This is a winner take all scenario. This scenario is one of these 2 players, either DW or David Meisner, is going to get all the rewards, going to get all the influence, all the reputation, and the other one is going to get nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. So this is a winner take all scenario. It all comes down to the major plot point. If David Meisner is able to take the major plot point, then he automatically wins everything. If DW, if Dave Meisner does not, and we'll just say it that way, if David Meisner does not get the major plot point, then everything goes to DW, goes to David Lowe. So this is a winner-take-all scenario. And the terrible thing is, I guess from David Lowe's perspective, is he does not even have a single character on the table. None. Not a one. He has to hope that David Meisner slips up somewhere and leaves a plot point sitting on the table at the end of the turn, because that means the alarm gets sounded, and that means David Lowe gets to deploy and just throw everything he can at trying to stop him from getting that major plot point. I don't know. I think David Meisner is really set up to try and do the scenario, pitch a shutout, and keep David Lowe completely off the table. We'll see how it goes. Did you check my cameras for me? Okay, there's the major plot point sitting way over there. The train heist. And then we do have a couple perilous areas wandering around out here in the middle of the table. So they could cause a little bit of problems for Mr. The enforcers, the Russian enforcers, as they try to work their way towards the major plot point. He's already placed plot point number 1. So each turn from 1 to 4, he's going to place a new plot point on the table. David Meisner is. And then if that plot point is not completed on the same turn that it is placed, that means the alarm is raised. So he has put the plot point on the table. And we are ready to get this started. Bessie, is there anything else we need to go over before we get started?
I don't think so. You need your glasses.
Oh, I do need my glasses. Also, take a moment right now and say howdy to some folks. Who's all on here with us? Got a lot of folks on here with us today. A big howdy to everybody. If you haven't already, folks, please take a moment and make sure that you hit that like button for us. That means a lot to us. We got Sean Hudson over there in El Paso, Daft Fully in Florida. We got Jim Stute on here with us. We got Vern Jeske over in California. We got Red Mist. Gregory I think he's in Arizona. Really nice. Lord Grumpus is joining us again today. Dennis Cross, I see you, Dennis. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Please take a moment and hit that like button for us. If you're not already a subscriber, Bessie says that you ought to be. Get subscribed to our silly little channel here where we talk about terrain, tabletop gaming, and all kinds of fun. As we start turn number 1, this is a 6-turn scenario, if I remember right.
Yep.
If you guys want to follow along, this is the Heist out of the Vice Alley book. It's on page 28. And when do my bystanders wander? At the end of the turn? Okay. Okay. Let's just get this started.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Dave. What's the plan here?
Oh, it's the plot point.
Okay, who's going?
Her with a danger sense.
Okay. Slide this over here.
Ken, yeah, before we start, can you remind me of the abilities of the characters again?
Of all of them?
Well, just his 2 that he has on the board, right?
Okay. So Anastasia has Lucky Devil. So you can't play fortune cards on her. He has Dashing, or she has Dashing. She also has Unlucky. So if you play a card during her activation, you get to draw a card. And then he
Okay.
also added Sense Danger.
Okay. Lucky Devil and Danger Sense.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I was interested in. Okay.
Yeah, Lucky Devil and Danger Sense.
Okay.
And then the sidekick again is 2 Guns, Veteran, and Marksman.
Okay.
All right, so
Thank you.
she is activating. Let's see. So at the start of this turn, are you wanting to use your exploit weakness or not?
No.
Okay. All right. So she moves up to the plot point. She's going to automatically pass the peril. And here is the plot point challenge. 1 with finesse. He's got to count on Dave blowing a roll at some point during this scenario. At some point during this scenario, he's got to count on Dave blowing a roll. Let's see if it happens. Will you roll it right there for me? Need 1 success. Easy peasy. Got the 2 successes, and that means that challenge is completed. And it is picked up. So that plot point is now off the table. So now you're going to see a leapfrog here. You're going to see the next fella. You're going to see the next person activate now. So he's got 2 characters on the table.
Yeah,
so here's
+1 ball or
+1 brawl, +1 might by discarding.
handy.
That will come in handy because you need that brawl point. All right. All right. Where's Nikolai going to go? So he runs out there and he gets behind the cop car. Okay. All right. The last thing that happens in this turn is my wandering perilous areas. So this is for this closest one. He's just going to walk over here and look inside the window. I think he's been paid off, boys and girls. I think he was paid off. Look at that. He's looking the other way. And the other fella moves 3 inches off this way. 1, 2, 3. He moves down by the cabbage cart. So they're clearing the path. I think there's shenanigans going on here.
There's no shenanigans.
There's shenanigans going on. This is a Hail Mary scenario. This is a winner-take-all scenario. Dave's going to do his best to just run through this without letting DW play. That ends the turn, and we're starting turn number 2, drawing cards. Dave is still the director. He's adding a misfortune to his hand. You drew an unseen peril. You drew an unseen peril.
Okay.
Mr. Lowe, you drew an unseen peril. Now that's interesting. He could double stack that. He could stack that unseen peril on Anastasia, maybe. All right. So at the start of this turn, Dave, do you want to use your exploit weakness?
Okay. When he places the plot point, he can place it anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere, yes, anywhere.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, that's a direct quote from the rule book. It says, "Anywhere, yes, anywhere."
Okay. No, I'm not going to use it this turn.
Okay. So he's putting the plot point directly under the feet of Nikolai.
It's in this trunk.
It's what?
In the trunk.
Oh, it's in the trunk. He's got some junk in the trunk. So here we go. We are starting turn number 2. And Mr. Meisner, who are you going to activate? This could be the shortest scenario on record. He could run through this scenario. She's
Anastasia.
activating. I don't think he can play any cards, so go ahead and move her. Okay, she's moving up to grab the plot point. She'll automatically pass the peril because she has sense danger. So here is the plot point. 1 with might or finesse. 1 with might or finesse. This is going to be a quickie, boys and girls. Don't blink. The scenario will be over before you even imagine. Let's see. Got it. 4 successes. Easy peasy. Give the man a blue card. Now, although he's taking these rewards,
They're only temporary.
they are, in a way, only temporary because he does not actually get credit for any of them unless he completes the major plot point. He's got to get over there and complete the major plot point. Otherwise, at the end of the scenario, all of those rewards go to DW. So he's on a roll, though. He's on a roll. DW has no characters to play with, so this is going to go fast. That ends the turn. I'm going to move my wanderers. Wanderer number 1 staring in the window.
Oh, did Nikolai get to move?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nikolai. Where's Nikolai going? I shouldn't have picked that dice up. Go ahead, Dave. What are you doing, buddy? Nice. He's trying to see. He's trying to see how big the plot, the perilous area is. He's just going to move up a couple inches and stay nearby. Okay. All right. All right. So the fellow that's looking in the
direction.
yeah, it was, wasn't it? Something like that. He's wandering off. They're clearing the path for the Russian enforcers. This is.
Yeah, they
And-
left the police car. I got in the back. And took
I
the
know it. I know it.
evidence
They
and
got
I
the
needed.
disguise, so now they're disguised as coppers.
8.
He's heading off 8. They're clearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Way over there by the steps. They are leaving. They are not sticking around. All right, Dave. This is going to go really fast. All right. Mr.
Oh, did you pull a
Meisner,
bullet?
that ended the turn. We already pulled a bullet. We are drawing cards. You drew a distraction.
W got a just reward.
DW got another just reward.
Great.
Just exactly the one that you were looking for. Place your third plot point. This is turn 3. He's placing his third plot point on the table. Third plot point is going to sit right under Nikolai's feet. Oh, no, he's putting it way over there by the cabbage cart. Yeah, that was going to be bad. Okay, he realizes he needs it closer. Putting it clear over by the cabbage cart was going to put it out of 6 inches from Anastasia, so he realized that and made sure he put it near enough for Anastasia to get to. Going to put it in cover a little bit. He's sticking it back in between the cabbage cart there. Okay, we already drew cards, right?
Yep.
So turn number 3, Dave. What are you going to do?
I'll get rid of Anastasia's. What is it? Danger sense. This turn.
Okay. Anastasia has lost her danger sense this turn. She has no danger sense this turn from exploit weakness.
Oh, you pick anything?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's ability. Pick an ability.
Uh-huh. Pick an ability. So she has no danger sense.
Oh, for this turn. Okay.
Uh-huh. For 1 turn. Who are you going to activate, Dave?
I can play her.
Okay. He's activating her. Do you want to play your Unseen Peril?
Yes.
Okay. Unseen Peril has been played on Anastasia. It's a random peril.
Can't play that. That was Lucky Devil.
Oh. He has Lucky Devil, Dave. Can't play a danger sense on her because she's got Lucky Devil. Do what?
Oh, okay. That's fine.
All right. Continue on.
Okay, move her up to the top point. Give her the peril.
All right. So here is her peril.
1 with might.
1 with might.
Is that considered a challenge?
Of course it's a challenge. Yeah, it's the definition of a challenge.
One with might.
Uh-huh. 1 with might. She can do that. She's got it. She's got 1d4.
2d8. I can discard and give her another.
Yeah. You got uncanny in your hand. You got all kinds of stuff. Don't be scared. He's scared. You got him shaken now, DW.
I'm discarding that.
For what? What are you giving me this for?
To get an extra dice for the plus 1 might.
Okay. He's discarding one of the cards out of his hand to gain a +1 to her might. So she'll get to roll 3 die 8. 3 die 8. Only need 1 success. Easy peasy. Watch this.
If you have it, push that like button.
And easy peasy. All right. So she makes it past the peril. The plot point challenge is 2 with might, finesse, or cunning. So I think he'll switch over to finesse now. Only need 2 of these. And you got it. There you go. So that one is completed as well. Another blue card goes to Mr. Meisner. He drew +1 shoot or finesse until the end of the turn. That's the 3rd turn. 1 more step away. 1 more step to get to the major plot point.
He'll activate.
He activates and he's going to move up.
Is he going to play anything?
Who's
You wanna play
activating?
Nikolai.
And what's his abilities again?
He's a shooty guy. He's got all
Okay,
shooty
he
stuff.
doesn't have like danger sense or anything like that, right?
No.
Okay.
He's all guns and brains.
All right, let's throw an unseen peril on him.
Okay. Unseen peril. Here is your challenge.
Woo.
3 with brawl, might, or cunning.
I'm going to use my favorite, fortune's favor, and discard.
Okay, he's going to use his fortune's favor to replace that challenge with one from his own hand. Fortune's favor is comes from his associate. So he's going to Fortune's favor is from his associate, and he's going to replace it with a one with finesse. All right, Dave. So you only need to roll one success with finesse. Go ahead and roll it. Okay, and you got the one you needed. So he avoids the challenge. All right, Dave. He can continue his activation. He moves up. All right, carefully keeping, although he's doing a leapfrog here, he's carefully keeping Nikolai well within the 6-inch range of Anastasia.
It kind of not drawing attention from the
All right,
top.
so we're going to roll for the coppers. That one moves
I did
another
draw
inch
attention.
up the road. Next one comes
Oh,
8
I
inches
did.
back. Okay, don't move him, Dave. All right, I'll get a longer ruler. Let me see what we got here. I want to get my angle. The angle of the dangle. Let's see here. 8 inches. Where is it? Right there. This is going to matter. 8 inches. Puts him right between the two of them. Now that's an interesting placement right there.
Of the cabbage cart.
Yep, right there. He may actually. He doesn't get either one. Let me look at it, Dave.
Close.
I'm going to move the cabbage cart so I can set it down over him. Okay, so the perilous area actually misses both of them, but that might slow Anastasia down because she's going to have to try and move around that. She can't move through it. Well, I mean, she could move through it, but of course then she'd take a peril. All right. We are moving on to the end of the turn now. Draw a bullet. Draw cards.
Stay down.
Just stay down.
DW got a bad news.
Bad news, DW. Bad news. All right. Place the next plot point, Dave. Keeping it away. Knowing that fella's going to move, she wants to just head straight up the road there and try and get to it. So that's an interesting placement right there. All right. That will continue the turn from there. Who's going to activate, Dave? Anastasia is going to activate. Cannot play any cards. She's going to move up to the plot point. She automatically passes the peril. And now the plot point.
3 with cunning.
3.
Shoot or might.
Cunning, shoot, or might. Cunning, shoot, or might. Well. Is this going to be the win? This is going to be the end of it.
My Gadget X.
Going to use your Gadget X. Let's take a look at what Gadget X says. I believe the word for Gadget X, I see the word plot point. So that will automatically use his Gadget X to pass one plot point during this scenario. And he's saying it is now passed. Boom. Gadget X has been used. One use item. So he actually used a gear point there, boys and girls. Gadget X isn't a gadget, is it? It seems counterintuitive, but I think it shouldn't be a gadget, no, based on what it does there. Yeah. It's just a gear item. It's on the yeah. Okay, so it was automatically passed, and that's it. So you get the last or another blue card. Okay.
Nikolai needs to move.
Nikolai needs to move. What's Nikolai going to do?
Run.
He's just going to run over and leap up into the train, just kind of defending the major plot point and getting ready, because that was the fourth plot point. That means now it is open season on the major plot point, so he can get to it now. Now, obviously, Anastasia is not going to make it to it this turn. So this is going to be close. This is going to be close. All right, let's see what the Wanderers do. The Happy Wanderers. Sven. Here we go. This is for this fellow. 4 inches off this way. For this guy, 5 inches. 1, 2, 3. Heads over to the bench. All right. So they have cleared a path for Anastasia. They have cleared the path, and that will end the turn. They're still in the mix. They could still cause some trouble, but so far, Mr. Meisler has been as lucky can be. He is a lucky devil after all, so we're going to see where this goes. We are about to start turn number 5. Dave, you drew a focus. Very nice.
DW got a sidestep.
Sidestep. All right. Dave, who are you going to activate?
So is there any chance of an alarm going off?
Is there any
If I
chance?
don't do the major plot point this turn? does the
No.
alarm go off?
No. Let's see. Where's the alarm? The alarm may raise at the end of a turn. An attacker uses a combat skill, or if a plot point was not completed on the same turn it was placed. Okay. All right. So now you have 2 turns basically to finish the scenario. Can he do it?
She's gonna run up to the plot point.
She's going to activate and run. Okay. She activates. He can't play any cards. Go ahead and set her on top of the plot point. That camera's sitting there.
He's gonna attempt the plot point.
He's going to attempt the plot point. All right. Give the man a peril.
Ooh, 3.
3 with brawl, might, or finesse. I don't think he can do that. I don't think he's got any of those.
No.
Brawl, might, or finesse. So you do have a couple things that could help you, though. You do have a focus and you have an uncanny. So you might as well roll for it. You just need to decide if you want to use a card now or later.
I gotta get 3 successes
Mm-hmm.
on D6.
Mm-hmm. On 2d6. Uh-huh.
If I don't, I'll just take it
Yeah.
health check.
Yeah.
We'll do a health check.
Well, you might as well. You can roll the 2 dice and see if you get 2 successes, because then you could use your uncanny. But you're saying even if you roll 2 successes, you're not going to use it? Just roll it. Roll your 2 dice and see.
Yeah, I just don't want to use it.
Okay. All right. So roll your 2 dice and see what you get. So I guess he's using his might here. He got 1 success, so the uncanny would not help. So you'll go ahead and roll your 3 dice health check now. I see it. Okay, so he's injured. I guess that doesn't actually end the turn.
I think just because I'm going to play Stumble when.
Play Stumble on him. Okay.
Yeah. Might as well.
So his activation's over.
Yeah, he's gonna stumble you X in a random direction, 1 inch in a random direction back this way. So you stumble
Jump over
on the other card.
Someone released the brake on the train and it
And it lurched. Okay.
That's the turn, except for bystanders.
That ends the turn, except for the bystanders. All right, come on, bystanders. Let's
I'll
cause some.
get a recovery check.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll your recovery. Oh, no. Go ahead. Okay, so he recovered 6 inches. So he's actually coming over and getting up
In
on
the
him.
way. Trying to get in the way.
Trying to. And then for the other fellow on the other side over here,
Hey, what's going on over here?
2 inches. We're just going to put him on the other side of the truck. So they are, what camera am I on?
2.
Okay.
Beans.
So we got one on the other side of the truck now, one up here. They're closing in, but we are starting the last turn of the scenario. This is turn number 6. Can it be a clean sweep? And Dave keeps him out of the game
got a breakaway.
the whole time. DW drew a breakaway. All of the luck this game has been on Mr. Meister's side.
Okay.
All right, so as we start turn number 6, we're going to go ahead and draw the random. He automatically, Anastasia's activating. I don't see anything that you could possibly play, Dave. So here is she'll automatically pass the peril because she has sense danger. So here is her plot point. 1 with might.
Oh my gosh.
So that's going to be a 3-die-8. And you can add a focus on there and get a 4-die-8.
Might. 2-die-8.
So he starts off with 2-die-8.
Play stay down.
Okay, using
It'll
stay
be the
down
card.
to power his reward card. That gets him to 3-die-8. Use your focus and get 4-die-8. Okay, 4-die-8 now. And all he needs is 1. And that'll be the game. And it is. Bam. And that's a clean sweep. That scenario is intended to be, one of those scenarios that you can play through lightning quick. Not a marathon that time.
Not a marathon.
So all of the luck that game really stuck with David Meisner, and he was able to roll through that very quickly. Picked up each plot point as it was placed. Anastasia really had no slip ups at all.
Mm-hmm.
She was almost. She wasn't built for this scenario, but she was definitely at an advantage having that sense danger. Sense danger.
My associate and getting the danger sense.
Yeah. Getting passing the roll for his associate gave him the danger sense. So
I made all the rolls in the beginning. Turn set up that.
Yep.
Put me on advantage.
Yep.
At that point.
So it stayed really, really strong throughout the whole thing. This is a winner-take-all scenario, so he was able to roll through it and capture the major plot point without DW low, even knowing he was in the area. So they walked away with all 5 plot points. That'll gain him an extra 7 influence, and that'll shoot him up fairly nicely in the ranking there. It'll give him, let's see what all that's going to add.
Puts me at 10 now. No, it puts me at.
I think 12.
Yeah.
I think it puts you at 12. Sorry, DW. That's the way the cookie crumbled today. It's was mean old Dave Meisner. Who comes up with these scenarios?
You do.
So David Meisner, DW got nothing out of this. He stayed at home. Wasn't even aware of the heist as it was going on. Dave Meisner's going to gain 7 influence. That puts him up to a total of 12. He's also going to gain a new location. This was actually Dave Meisner's first win of the campaign, if I remember right.
Yeah, it is.
So he was trying to make good on his.
Had to make up for lost ground.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna roll for your new. Oh, you can roll. You're here. You might as well roll. Your new location. A 1 is an office. Let's see. That moved you up to 12 on your. So that means you're now a lieutenant in the syndicate. The hit scenario becomes available. You get a secret base and you gain another location. So you're going to roll another D12 for a second location. Three is the newsstand. Oh, it's got the double S's in there. I hadn't noticed that.
Newsstand.
Newsstand. I think somebody would have caught that.
I wasn't around for that.
I'm still gonna blame you.
I wasn't here.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up today. But let's look forward to next week. Is Dave Meisner and Chris Girardi, and that has the potential. And I don't know if Chris is on here today, but that Chris Girardi won the role there, so he gets to pick the scenario that he wants to play. So he could pick Queen's Gambit. So next week he could face off against the Spectre. And if he wins that scenario, he will win the campaign and it will end the campaign. So next week, Chris Girardi gets to pick the scenario because I already rolled. So he could potentially be playing playing against the Spectre. And that means David Meisner will get a chance to play the Spectre. And Dave Meisner's done that a few times already. He's already played this campaign. He says he's played it once, but I think he snuck in a couple other ones. So he's got a little bit better idea about how to play the Spectre to keep him alive. And that's really what that scenario is about. It's whether or not the Spectre can stay in play throughout the whole scenario. Yeah. So that scenario is all centered around, can you actually defeat the Spectre and knock him down and then finish him off once he's down. All right, that's it for today. That was our short and sweet scenario. Now, if you were playing this campaign at home, then what you would probably do is turn around and play another scenario fairly quickly, because this is a nice little quick and easy scenario that you can play and just kind of get it out of the way, and then you could kind of set up for a whole nother scenario. As it is for us right now, we're going to call it a day.
We're calling it
I'm going back to bed. That's my job.
I'm going back to bed.
My job here is done.
You have to set up the pool.
Who else do I? No, I'm not setting up any
You have to
pool. I
set up
see
the
a
pool.
Larson on here. I see a Damian Larson. Throw some howdies in there. I see an Edward Hooper. Edward Hooper heading off to work. Very nice. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed the quick game that we had today. Very different than our marathon game. Back to back, two very, very different scenarios. Dave, what are you looking at there? Oh, okay. Bessie, play us out of here. Doing what?
Secret base.
Oh, your secret base?
It's going to be the newsstand.
The newsstand is his secret base. He has a newsstand based out of his secret base. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.